Hi, and welcome back to Football Made Simple. PSG and Barcelona renewed their rivalry in the Champions League, with PSG hosting with a comfortable lead from the first leg. But with memories of when they lost 4-0 to Barcelona in 2017, they were keen to avoid similar mistakes. And in the end, PSG came out on top, as this leg ended 1-1 thanks to goals by Mbappe and Messi, so the overall tie ended 5-2 to the Parisians. The XG indicated Barca in particular were wasteful with their chances, 2.58 to 1.54. But what tactics did both managers use? Let's take a look. A quick reminder of the formations used by both sides, as seen on the OneFootball app. OneFootball will get you match updates, formation updates, as well as player and team stats, and so much more. And the best part is, you can get it absolutely free through the sponsored link in the description below. Let's start with what Barcelona did on the ball, as they dominated with 72% possession. What initially looked like a 4-3-3 on paper for Barcelona was actually a back three, with De Jong at centre-back and Pedri being in the double pivot alongside Busquets. And generally, Barcelona looked to start short from Ter Stegen, which was particularly easy in the first half as PSG looked to sit deeper. When PSG did press in the first half, it was a winger coming narrow onto a centre-back to join Icardi. This would of course leave a wing-back free for Ter Stegen to find, and once he was found, if a PSG fullback pushed up to pressure him, there would be space in behind for Barcelona to attack. PSG did tweak things slightly in the second half, after being passive in the first, as they pressed with a higher line. In addition, it would be Verratti who pushed up from midfield to make up a 4-4-2, which allowed Draxler and Mbappe to track their wing-backs. Verratti could advance, as Barcelona only played with a double pivot, so PSG would now be man-to-man. But generally, Barcelona's default build-up shape with the back three meant that they had the numerical advantage against the PSG press, so they could move up the pitch easily in the first phase. And they preferred to attack down the left. Jordi Alba and Serginho Dest essentially played as wingers, providing the width, allowing the wingers on paper to play much more narrow. And Griezmann, Alba, and Dembele's connection led to several opportunities. Griezmann would often be in the half space with Dembele up front. Draxler and Mbappe, on the whole, were fairly disciplined, but they could be caught high up the pitch at times. This would mean that Florenzi would have two men to deal with, and if he came narrow onto Griezmann, Alba would potentially have space to make the run in behind and look for the cross. But when he stayed wider to cover this, we often saw Griezmann look to move deep, which would draw a centre-back higher, and Dembele used his pace to make the run into the space created and get 1v1 with Navas, and he had 4 shots as a result. And generally, when the PSG wingers were caught high, a PSG midfielder would have to come across to cover, which would create more space for Messi in the half space on the right, and this would also happen deeper during the build-up. Kurzawa would then have 2 men to pick up, and if he came narrow, the switch to Dest was on. And when Dest received the ball, he often attacked the byline, but Barca lacked the numbers attacking the box. Alternatively, when Kurzawa stayed wider, Messi could receive in space here and look to cause damage. And he did just that for his goal. In the build-up, Dembele is in the half space having rotated with Griezmann, with Alba wide. Draxler is the wrong side of the ball, so Paredes is tracking Alba, dragging Gay and Verratti across, and Messi is in space. Dest is high, so Kurzawa cannot close Messi immediately. Messi receives, and although Verratti shifts across well, Messi still finds the finish. In the second half, these patterns happened less frequently for a few reasons. Firstly, Barcelona began to rush their plays. For example, they would look to find Dembele's runs in behind immediately, without Griezmann first creating the space by dropping deep. So, PSG centre-backs could more easily track him. And Messi played less in this space, instead looking to come narrower to combine with Alba. As a result, Diallo could now easily track his wingback 1 versus 1. PSG were also more compact in defense, with their wingers coming deeper to create a 4-5-1 in the first phase. Let's take a look at a couple of PSG's attacking ploys. With the ball, PSG looked to operate almost exclusively on the transition. When Barcelona lost the ball, they would look to counterpress, which they did successfully most of the time. However, PSG did leave Mbappe in particular high on the left to take advantage of any space using his pace, and with Dest essentially being a winger, Mbappe could look to receive the ball here and be 1 versus 1 with Mingueza. He would then look to take on his man, with tons of space in behind to attack. This culminated in Mingueza being booked and having to be hooked early, as this continued pattern looked like it would inevitably lead to a sending off. And when PSG built up from the goal kick, Barcelona still managed to keep the pressure on. Kimpembe and Marquinhos dropped into the box, and Griezmann and Dembele would be positioned ready to press, with Messi on Paredes. If the ball went to a fullback instead, the wingback would be quick to close them down, with a wide centre-back covering. As a result, Navas was often forced long, with 23 long balls compared to ter Stegen's 7. Overall, a strong first half meant that in certain moments a comeback looked like a distant possibility. But after Messi's penalty miss, Barcelona faded badly, meaning their poor recent history in the competition continued. PSG changed their approach, confident of holding on, which proved to be the right choice. But how far do you think the Parisians will go this year? And what did you make of both teams' tactics? And also comment down below any other tactics you noticed which weren't mentioned in the video. A quick shout out to my Patreons for helping to make this video possible. If you want to support, head on over to patreon.com/footballmadesimple and you'll get rewards like early access to videos and exclusive content. And a big thanks to Terence Kennel and Jack Brain for supporting me on the Ultra tier on Patreon and helping to make these videos possible. But that's all for today, and remember, keep it simple.